Y'all, a lot of times I beat around the bush. Who are these people? I'm not saying the things that I discuss on video, I'm not saying I'm not passionate about those things. I am. But a lot of times I don't come out and directly say what I'm going through. Of course not. You know, that's hard to do publicly. A lot of times I don't just come out and say. But you know, I found that I always feel the best when I do. When I just spit it, just what I'm fucking feeling. I found that I'm at my best when I do that. And then more, I build onto that from there and it just flows. Rather than thinking of a topic that I'm really passionate about, trying to script it, trying to get it just right, thinking about it too much. How's it going to come out? Am I making my points? You know, fuck that. I can do some of that, but I have found that I'm always at my fucking best when I just jump on here and roll with it. When I just get in a mood. There's a beautiful female cardinal out here on this tree. Oh my God, y'all. Oh, she flew away. I was going to show you. But that's when I've always been at my best. When I get those spirit downloads, that energy comes over me, that thought, that mood, or I get provoked by something. See, this is what I do that other people don't do. A lot of times they'll go self-destruct, or they'll let it destroy them, or they'll, take it out in other ways. But this is what I do. When I'm provoked, when I'm hurt, when I'm pissed, when there's something going on in this life that I can't solve, or that's above me, that's beyond my control, but it's really painful, or what I do with that fucking energy is I create with it, I mean, I'd like to get back to the way more creative stuff like songwriting and art, whatever. But for the last few years, this has been serving the purpose. Just taking it, transmuting it, and doing something productive with it and sharing, But yeah, I'm kind of pissed right now. I do have something on my mind. And a lot of times, I have been on here and been very blunt and very direct about exactly what I was going through, what was on my mind, but a lot of times I hold back. Earlier I was talking about when parents are too involved in grown-ass people's relationships. That female cardinal's back, y'all. She's so cute. Oh my God, can y'all see her? Isn't she pretty? Can y'all see her? Oh my God, look at her beautiful red beak. Did you see her? I hope it picked up. Anyway, I feel like, I swear to God, I feel like an energy has been following me the last few years that anything and everything productive I want to do or focus on or create or send a message to the public or any of that, I feel like that energy has sent something to stop me, to interrupt me, to just the everyday shit in life. It was like all the people that I would be around, whether it was my boyfriend, whether it was family, whether it was my mother, I would notice this pattern of people that were just argumentative, interruptive, no respect for boundaries, no real, well, what are you doing anyway? Well, that's just dumb, or just no real support. And I'd be like, oh my fucking God. I love having people in my life, but what is all this extreme? I just noticed this pattern of energy, and it almost felt like it's not, I don't know what it is. Speaking in spiritual terms, if you want to think outside the box, it almost felt like it's not even them, it's just a fucking negative energy that tries to fuck with and distract and stop anybody that has some sort of drive inside to create something. Because, creative life force is everything. People walking around here like robots every day. I gotta go to that. I gotta do that. Creative life force is everything. And I consider a lot of things to be creative. Okay? You don't necessarily just have to be painting a picture or singing a song, or I consider a lot of things in our everyday life to be creative. I mean, it takes a lot of work to put video content together. A lot of my stuff on YouTube took days and days to finish the final product. the editing and the music and the fonts for the slides and the words, and all of that is a creative process. But for me, just getting, processing my emotions and sharing that sometimes, and getting spiritual downloads and pushing that energy outward to the public, to me, that also feels like creative life force. Any of that can just be, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I do a lot of the time. And that's how I've survived for years, though, is by not letting people fucking get me down all the way. By not letting that stop me and being like, all right, bet. You want to fuck with me like that? Okay. You want to fuck with me like that? A lot of people, man, it'll eat you up. It'll eat you up. They will drink themselves to death, drug themselves to death. It's just they've been tormented and they've been treated unfairly, and they've been having all kinds of shit happen to them. And I know, they don't know how to get it out. They don't know what to fucking do with it. So creativity is a blessing. And I always try to teach that to my sons, to sort of process your emotions and do something with them. Get them into art, get them into music, get them into creating. One of my sons, he was creating little YouTube shows when he was like 8, 10 years old, 12. Very, very artistic and creative. I tried to teach them, process and do something with those emotions. Don't just let them sit and fester and eat you up and stop you. It's very important. If you have that, that will save your fucking life, okay? It really will if you have something like that. And it's not easy. It is not easy. I wake up every day sometimes with an anxiety hangover, like, oh God, what did I do? What did I say? Oh my God, I showed my ass on Facebook. Oh my God, I said that to everybody. It's not easy. It's not fucking easy, no. But if I don't do it, if I don't fucking do it, for me, it would be certain almost death, darkness and death, okay? So a lot of times, yes, when you see somebody performing, speaking, showing out, doing something creative or something out of the ordinary on video or whatever they're doing, there is a driving force inside of them. They are trying to survive something. Absolutely, yeah. So earlier, I was talking in a video, I don't know if I got that one up or not, about parents being too overly involved in their adult children's relationships. And, you know, let me just say, there's nothing wrong with people being close to their parents. Absolutely not. I hope to be close to my grown children forever. I want that. I think it's great to have a good relationship with your parents, but there's a lot of times where it's a bad sign. If someone's mom or dad feels that it's okay for them to be all up in their kids' relationship business and their 30 and 40-year-old kids. The way I see that is, we're motherfucking grown. And that's not something I've ever tolerated. Which, you know, I feel like I've been grown a long time. 12, 13 years old. My parents never got in my business. My relationship business or any other business. Unless I needed them to. Unless I went to them and specifically talked about it or whatever. Which is not something I do. I just don't have that kind of relationship with them on that level. But it can be a bad sign when a person lets their parent, their mother or their father, get too much in their business, their influence in their damn marriage or relationship. That can be a really bad sign. And I'm sorry, I'm just too fucking grown for that. I'm 46 years old. If my own mother doesn't dip and dap in my relationship business, then I'm sorry, nobody else's is gonna either. I just wouldn't be able to do that. You know, that would just be like, we're good, we got this. We don't, you know. And I know that I'm gonna have to do a second part to this. There's a lot of toxic family dynamics out there. I was talking about this yesterday. People that grew up unable to assert boundary lines, where nobody in the family has a boundary. They're just all in each other's, not having set clear-cut boundaries. And that's not healthy. But, there's a lot of parents out there that, typically if you're having a problem with your partner, you can almost guarantee that there's a problem with the parent too. That somewhere back there, there's either a narcissistic parent or an emotionally immature parent, a parent that manipulates, a parent that gaslights, something. If you're having that problem with your partner, okay? And a lot of times, I never had any trouble in my past with people's parents not liking me, or I always got along, everybody's mom liked me. I've only had that happen a couple of times, if that. It was very rare. And it would usually be, I'm thinking of Chris Watts' mom, Cindy, and how she did not like Shanann. Chris Watts, who murdered his wife and daughters for a 5-week fling. Narcissist, but... and it's well known that Chris's mother did not like his wife from the beginning. Didn't even give her a chance. The mother and the sister were very hateful to Chris's wife, Shanann, from day one. And doing twisted little things to sabotage her and then gaslight her about it. Oh my God. I've done a lot of videos about that case, and I just feel so bad for that woman because I know what happened to her. She fell into a snake pit, a very toxic family. And Shanann's family wasn't like that. They had their troubles, but they were very genuine, loving, directly to your face, tell you like it is kind of people, not twisted like Chris Watts' family. And I feel like that's how he got that way, though, because his mother, absolutely. So generally, you'll see that. If you're having trouble with your partner, you can almost guarantee there's a parent back there somewhere. There's been some issues, okay? And, in some cases, a lot of times, the mother or father sort of doesn't want to let go of that child. There are a lot of narcissistic parents out there that they don't really... It's like they want to see their kid happy, but how we've often talked about how other people's happiness can sometimes depress a narcissistic person. Okay, yes, there are a lot of narcissistic mothers in the world and fathers that if their son or daughter marries someone that makes them happy, someone that is good for them and powerful and works hard, is a good cook and beautiful and just covers all the bases, takes such good care of them, and she's strong and tells it like it is, or the man is, all these things, a lot of times that parent will secretly, this is a narcissist now, the parent will secretly feel some type of way about it. The parent will secretly feel some type of way about it. Their own child. Secretly, they will be envious because a lot of narcissistic parents, it don't matter how old they are, 50, 60, 70 years old, have not grown up mentally, have not matured on the emotional intelligence level. That's right. And just like their child, just like their offspring, they are not processing emotion in a mature way. And they're not looking at it like, I just want my offspring to be happy no matter what. I don't care what their partner's like, what they look like, what they do, whatever, as long as they treat my offspring with respect and that makes them happy together, then that's what I want. No. The narcissistic parent will sit back in the deepest part of their mind, even if they're not aware of it, the deepest part of their mind, jealous. Fucking jealous that their son or daughter has a fantastic partner. Something about that, because they're used to keeping that kid sick. Oh, there's a lot of family situations like that where they're used to their offspring being sick and dependent and mommy, I need, or daddy, I need. And that's where that parent is still getting their narcissistic supply by their grown child remaining sick. Oh, they're incompetent. They're not smart. They can't do. Da da da. No wonder some of these people are so fucked up if that's what they heard all their life. I'm fucking sick of it, and I will call it out. I don't play that shit. Anyway, I'm sure some of y'all can relate, and you've seen shit like this before. That's why I don't play that shit. I shut that shit down. I'm a grown-ass person, and I don't need parental influence in my damn relationships. You know, I don't have that. I don't play that. And but I do feel like that was exactly what was going on in the Watts murder case. Why that woman did not like his wife, because she was a fantastic wife. She was very loving and sweet and kind and adored that man. And she worked and she was talented. And yeah, there are a lot of parents. That is a narcissist though. See how it goes on down through the generations? A lot of these aging parents are still in their emotional immaturity. And they don't want anybody in their kid's life to be better than them. They're still feeling like that. Or they failed somewhere as parents when they were bringing their child up. They know it. They failed somewhere as parents. And now, all these years later, they want to play daddy and mommy. And it gets triggered on when their grown child gets a new partner that's really good for them. And that's really, yes. I'm here to tell y'all, if y'all haven't seen stuff like this, beware, because it does happen. If you're ever in a situation where you know you haven't done anything wrong, you know you love your partner very much, you're trying to do whatever, and their mom is just like, or their dad, something about that parent is just like shitty to you, or, oh yeah, you can best bet. So that's why I'm careful. If I start sensing that there's an odd dynamic in a person's family, I like to be really careful with that. And if I find out somebody's mom is like that, or their dad or their parent, I'll try not to talk to them, like as little as possible. But I don't like being told that shit either. That's a hurtful thing, to get in a family situation like that and know that you have to deal with somebody like that. I don't deal with them. I don't have to deal with no fucking body. I'll shut people out. Shit. But just to know, you're going to be respectful to your partner's parents, their family. You're going to try your best to be respectful, even if you know that person is toxic as fuck. But it will concern you because of the influence they're going to have over your partner, and a lot of times couples want to heal and grow, and they come together to defeat those old family dynamics. That's right. And those parents don't like that shit. They know you have come to empower their child. They know that you will open that person's eyes, and that son or daughter will become empowered to set boundaries, to do things they've never done before with those toxic parents. And that is going to piss them off at you. They're going to call you the bad guy. They're going to dislike you because of that. But their son or daughter is going to grow, and they're going to become empowered, and they're going to realize that they're not sick, that they never were sick, that they're not dumb, that they never were dumb, that that's just bad fucking programming from immature ass fucking narcissistic parents that wanted to keep them that way because it benefited those parents. Made those parents feel more powerful. That's right, because with a narcissistic parent, you're as a child, you don't exist. You are an extension of them. That's it. They don't see you as your own separate person to love and admire and, wow, look what my child has become all on their own. This is where they're talented. This is this and this. I really love and respect that about them. They're really growing into their own, and I support that. You can always tell that somebody has not been treated that way, that they were not brought up like that, because they will grow up highly narcissistic too, and they'll treat their partners and their families in exactly the same manner that those parents treated them. They won't be supportive of you as a partner. They will get depressed and even envious of your accomplishments. If you show any identity outside of them, outside of worshiping them and praising them and everything to do with them, then they don't like it. They'll punish you. They'll even leave you for it. It makes them so uncomfortable that they can't control you all the way. Their feelings for you will become so obsessive and so overwhelming and they know it. And if they know they can't control you all the way and take you over all the way, and that you're going to be your own bright, shiny being and doing, even if you are so committed to them and they are your whole world, that's not good enough. They will leave you for somebody that they can consume all the way. Somebody that has no job, no life, no ambition, that's just sitting there really low self-esteem, begging for crumbs, thinking they're getting a bargain. Somebody they can chain in their bedroom and treat like a dog and a servant. It's already happened. I've already seen it with my own eyes. Yeah. And it hurts to find out you're with somebody like that they weren't there for you. They were there for the control. Right. But anyway, back to these narcissistic parents and emotionally immature aging parents. Whew, Lord have mercy. I mean, I got enough on my plate, okay? Over the years dealing with my own upbringing and my own toxic dynamics with my mother and my family. And my father's passed away, but that's one thing she never did. You don't cross that line. You don't get up in my business. You don't get up in my relationship business. You don't tell me that. You don't do that. Now, it's different with some people, mothers and sons. A lot of times, sons are real close to their mama, and that's okay. I respect a man who loves his mother, who treats her well, but I also respect a man who has boundaries, and he makes people stay in their place when they cross the line. Or I have no fucking respect for you if you can't do that. If you're scared to hurt people's feelings, to stand up for what's right, for yourself, for your partner, for your marriage, for your relationship, for your children, for your life, if you're scared to hurt people's feelings, and you say, that's mean, if you're fucking like that, you're fucking toxic. And I don't want shit to do with you. And I have no respect for you. If you cannot hurt people's feelings to do what's right, and you sit there, I don't want to hurt their feelings, and you play all these stupid ass little fucking games, and you allow the people that deserved your protection, that deserved you to defend them, you fucking allow them to get hurt. You allow them to suffer because you're afraid to hurt the feelings of other people, the ones that you're getting narcissistic supply from. Fuck that shit and fuck those games. I have no respect for it. But yeah, y'all watch out. Watch out for aging narcissistic parents, okay? Because I personally couldn't imagine being that way to my own child. I want them to be happy no matter what. I don't care. As long as they are happy and their partner treats them well, respects them, makes them happy, I don't sit up and get butthurt about it. My son and his wife or his girlfriend or whatever, we just love each other and we just do the most wonderful things, and she's just so wonderful to me, and she's the greatest cook, and she's the greatest, companion, and she really listens, and she's so talented, and they should be able to enjoy that without you getting butt hurt. And I don't walk on eggshells for people who get butt hurt. I'm done with that shit. You narcissistic people, grow up. Because this world's not going to walk on eggshells for your feelings. Find you a fucking therapist. But yeah, a lot of these aging parents are butthurt. And so they're, or, oh God, I've just seen this shit go on, cycles and cycles, and generational. Their kid will get in a situation where, well, I don't want anybody to be butthurt, so I got to dumb myself down, and I have to water myself down because everybody else around me might feel bad, or like I'm pretentious, or who do I think I am, being my best self and trying my hardest. Holy fuck, you better put that into context. You better take a second look at that. That's wrong. And any parent who does that to their child probably started way back when they were little kids. That's probably why they are the way they are now. Because somebody didn't make it feel safe for them, or somebody ridiculed them, or shamed them, or whatever, when they were trying to grow in their ego at a very vulnerable age, when they were trying to grow in their power and their talent, and somebody did not make that feel safe for them and proud of them, and it pisses me off. It hurts me. Yes, I'm telling you, I'm empathic like that I hurt for my middle-aged peers that went through similar things to what I went through as a kid, and that all of their inner childs are fucking wounded and shattered and fragmented because of shit that happened in their early life with caretakers, be it aunts, uncles, cousins, step-parents, fucking parents, whatever the fuck it was. Yes, it pisses me off and it hurts me. But I know it's up to us to work through that stuff. And I can't do that for anybody else but myself. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, I grew up with narcissistic parents, narcissistic abusive parents. I mean, fucking abusive. Hell, I've been growing up with that shit and I've had to learn how to navigate it. But this video is getting a little bit too long, so I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to come back in a part 2, and I'm going to finish up with more talk about toxic family dynamics and narcissistic parents being involved in their adult children's relationships, and where those boundary lines should fall, and how everyone should kind of respect everyone, and what these people are really thinking. Okay, not cool.